What's good? Welcome back to another edition of Dat Talk Podcast. I go by the name of Bacon. I got my co-host with me.
I no longer need to say my name. I'm going to just show it.
So you just going to show it?
Yeah, what I can say it for?
Too many reasons. Himself. What's up, man? How we doing today, man?
Oh, man, I'm good, brother. I'm good, man. Ran some errands, had a little productive morning. Man, just tried to be productive. Went and bought some wall mounts because I'm about to work with my maintenance man and mount some TVs in the house this weekend. So, just trying to be productive today, my brother. And then got football practice with my son later. So
okay. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Speaking of football practice. There's a lot of drama going on in the NFL when it comes to COVID and vaccinations. It's a lot of nonsense going on where possibly they're trying to get people to wear wristbands. Possibly they're trying to say, we're not requiring you to get the vaccination, but if we find out that your team got an outbreak, we're going to suspend that game and make you forfeit. So let's talk about it, man. How you feel about all the stuff that's going on right now in the NFL, dog?
Hey, man, the NFL is wild. Bro, that's the best way I can put it, bro. Like, they really wild and like I get it. The vaccines is supposed to help with some stuff, but if the NFL's not paying attention, people with the vaccine is still catching COVID. Like, yeah, we thought COVID was like, mellowing itself out, but brother. States, new cases, new variants. It's just getting out of hand all over again. And it's like the NFL is trying to live in this non-bubble world that, I'm not understanding it, bro. And then the other thing is as a player, personally, I wouldn't even make a big deal because I want to know what kind of technology and science the NFL has where they're going to be able to openly trace how the outbreak started, whether it's from a vaccinated versus a non-vaccinated player, if an outbreak was to happen. One or two people, because that's not considered an outbreak, right? According to how things went. But like, how are you going to be able to, figure that out? Because what if the vaccinated person spread it and then it hit the unvaccinated? They ain't got, the unvaccinated. You feel me? So that's why, like, it's a slippery slope. And then to try to single people out by making them wear wristbands, like, that's like, I don't know, bro. I feel like that's just an evasion of something. I wouldn't say privacy, but I just don't agree with that at all. Yeah.
It's I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to figure out a way to try to force you or highly encourage you, I should say, to do something so they can save money and so then they can get money. But at the end of the day, regardless if you're vaccinated or not, when you go off the NFL practice facilities and you're going home and you're doing your due diligence, you can still catch the COVID. So if everybody get vaccinated and you have an outbreak, are you still going to forfeit games? How are you going to play the games? Are you going to reschedule the games? So there's a lot of gray area, a lot. It's not just black and white, as we know that with this whole COVID thing, everything is like fluid. It just can change at any given moment. And so for the NFL, they got to be better. And then to try to identify, it's like saying people who can represent a certain community, like let's say, for example, the LGBTQ community. You're saying, well, if you are this way, then you got to wear a wristband so we can identify you. Like, come on now. Like, what are we doing here? It's like segregation all over again, bro. In NFL, what are we doing here?
Wow. Because you got to think about it. Like, Lamar Jackson has just caught COVID again. This is his second go around. And, like they saying around 80% of teams. So I would say about 80% of the NFL is vaccinated. I mean, you think about it, man, this coaches has been fired, let go because they're refusing to go get vaccinated. And again, I'm vaccinated, but I'm not here to force people to have that, like, that's your prerogative, that's your decision.
Yeah.
And people shouldn't be losing their jobs over this kind of stuff. And I mean, I know somebody said also, you got a choice, and choices do have consequences, and your profession that is paying and cutting checks. So that is the other half of it. Yeah. So it's one of those, like you said, bro, it's not black and white. It's very, very gray into how we going to go about this. I mean, you know, we as fans just want another healthy season.
Yeah.
You know, me and you talked about it. You was one of the people that was like, you was real skeptical if we're going to even finish the season, but we was also excited that we did get to finish the season and wasn't too much loss, a lot of reshuffling. But, you know, now they talking about full capacity stands because it's outdoors. And I'm curious, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to be doing. I think as of right now, it seems like we're going to be moving into that direction, but we don't know. Everything can change in a drastic, like we know, cases are rising. Things are getting crazier and crazier. People are shutting down back over again that just opened up. So again, with the whole thing, we don't know. But I know the NFL has to be better, and they have to do better, and they have to come up with something that is better, because I know a lot of people is like, yo, they're trying to mandate it. You can't force nobody to do anything. But at the end of the day, if they're paying your checks, they do have the final say at the end of the day. Now, if it goes against the law, it's not a law that you have to be vaccinated. There's not a law. Now, that's when you start to get to a whole different story, when they're like mandated it as a new law, like everybody in the world must be vaccinated. But right now, you can't just force somebody to do it because you're violating their rights as a human being. So, but they do have control with their money, right? It's tricky. It's tricky. It's a real tricky situation, man. But moving right along, man, we got to talk about my man, D. Watson. He reported to camp, and he is actually, participating in camp. We still don't know what's going on with that case. I don't know if they dropped the charges. We don't know what happened. Okay. It just went under the rug and gone. Okay. And so, what is that going to do for the Texans this year? Because I know Watson still do not want to be in Texas. He don't want to be a Texan.
It's a strange situation. I mean, watch when he got to camp, they brought up 10 new women, but 2 of them said they don't want to press charges or file a lawsuit. So, you know, that whole situation is fluid. By him not being placed on an NFL exempt list means that the NFL has been doing their due diligence, and they don't really see nothing wrong right now, so they just letting him play. He's a full camp participant. But it's also a weird situation when you in a place that you don't want to be. You feel me? The coaches said Deshaun has showed nothing but professionalism, and he's putting in the work. But I just feel like it's just awkward. It's just awkward. Because I don't think he doesn't have a problem with his teammates, so he's going to do that. You feel me? It's a problem with the organization. So
right.
It's a weird situation, bro. To be somewhere you don't want to be as your job, that's miserable. It becomes work. Yeah. That's what it legitimately becomes. It becomes a job. And you say, people tell you, go work somewhere that makes you happy, because then it's not considered work. You just showing up doing what you love to do. And right now, I think playing football for the Houston Texans is just a job to Deshaun Watson. I don't see how good that's going to go for them this season.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting because at the end of the day, we don't know what the whole cases thing is going to happen, because they may say, you know what, X, Y, Z happened. He can't play. We don't know. But I know one thing for sure is that Deshaun Watson, even though he don't want to be there, he know at the end of the day, this is paying my check. This take care of my finances. Because if he wanted to, if he didn't care about his bread, he wouldn't have showed up to camp. He would have said, I'm done. I'm sitting out. I'm not going to be a Texan. Sue me, fine me, whatever. Y'all throw my name under the rug already, saying I'm doing X, Y, and Z. So, but obviously he do care about the checks, and he do love the game of football, and he probably do have some respect for those guys. So I think winning and football wise, they will respect him for that, and they'll go out there and play when it comes to the team. Now, when it comes to the coaching and the organization, there's going to be some discrepancies. There's going to be some pushback, or they may just be, like sometimes you could be at a job that you're not really happy with, but you're doing your job. You're just not talkative to the coaches like that. It's just you take care of your business and you out of there. And it can be as simple as that, where I'm doing my job. I'm just here to do my job. Like my man Marshawn Lynch always say, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Don't fine me. Don't take my money. I'm reporting to work. What questions you want me to answer, I'm here. I'll answer anything you want me to answer. But at the end of the day, that's about it. I'm not doing nothing else. Don't ask me to go no team camaraderie things. Don't ask me to do none of that. It's either practice, games, and home until I'm out of here.
He can't show up to the charity events?
Nah, he ain't showing up none of that. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's his charity event, he'll be there. But other than that, no, I'm not doing no extra work. I'm done. Like, I don't want to be here. So I'm going to do my job. I'm going to do my job very well. I'm going to be the quarterback of the Texans. I'm going to produce. I'm going to make sure we try to be in contentions to win.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then, but I at the end of the day, I still want out. I want out. Okay. So I'm gonna do what I need to do, and so I think that helps. That helps in the long run.
Bad marriage.
It is a bad marriage. It's a horrible marriage.
He's showing up. I'm gonna take care of my kids, man. I'm gonna come home, but I want a divorce. Like I don't care how we got to get to it. Like I'm miserable. So it's tricky, man. So I mean, we shall see.
I think it helps him out in the long run though, for trade value, because if he would have set out. A lot of organizations don't like that. And as we get into the next person that we're going to be talking about, which is a big person we're going to be talking about, you're going to see that it helps show face when it comes to trades. Like if you don't show up and you're sitting out, don't nobody want that, because they think you would do that in their organization. They think it can cross over. And so I think him showing up is a good sign to like, hey, when it comes down to it, he's going to show up and do the work. He's going to come up and do the work. And so hopefully we see him in a better situation. But right now, he's the Texans. But let's get my man Jay up in here as we talk about divisions and A-Rod.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Jay, is he there? Is he there? What's going on?
Oh.
He must didn't think he was gonna get on this early. What's up? There he is. Oh no, he didn't. Oh, hold on. Let's get him back out, because I don't know about that hat.
He came with that fire.
I don't know about that hat, dog. I don't know about that hat.
With that fire. Hey man, the head.
He muted. Look. See,
look.
He still muted. Look.
Jay, we need you. Oh, he's still muted. Damn, Jay. Oh, he came in too hot for TV. So hot he can't even speak.
The hat. I told you, just like y'all Raiders, that microphone is dogs. It's dog doodle. He can't even talk. We can't even hear.
Oh, no. Not my man. No. Not my dog.
Oh,
my dog,
man. I'm asleep. Well, as Hottakejay get his microphone ready and taken care of. He came in too hot. Burned the cord, y'all. That boy burned the cord.
He burnt the mic cord. He's like,
Anyway, as Jay figured it out, man, we got to talk about Mr. A-Rod, Aaron Rodgers, man. How do you feel about his comments? Is he back? Is he there? Did he say something?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, there he is.
Okay, my bad. Technical difficulties, man. I thought it was a Raiders show, and the Lakers is over here trying to bombard the show, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, I like that though. I like that. That's a good trade.
Oh,
I'm not feeling it all the way.
You will. 5 games in, you will.
I just said all the way. Got to do some more, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on Tuesday because that's some big stuff going on right now in the NBA, especially because draft day. Shout out to all the upcoming rookies. Be sure to check out our last video.
Jalen Green to the Rockets, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But anyway, as hot take, did you cool it down over there so your core can work? Because you burnt your core. Came in too hot.
No, we're just trying to make some adjustments, man. We always trying to make the Zen a little bit more, centric here, but we good.
No, I feel it. So, man, let's talk about the elephant in the room, man. A-Rod in his comments, he wanted a seat at the table. He finally chose to show up for camp for the Packers. I didn't think he was going to be a Packer. I'm just going to tell you what it is. I didn't think he was going to be a Packer by the end of this year, by the start of the season. And he's there. And not only is he there, he's doing a whole lot of demanding. So how do you feel this is going to impact the camaraderie of the Packers?
They should be fine for a year. This, as I understand it, it's a 12-month arrangement, and a whole bunch of to be seen. But I think so. I agree with the message. I agree with what he's saying. Like I heard him talk about how the organization treats people, how he has his input has not been reciprocated, and so I'm with all of it. It's just kind of how you go about it. Right. And I don't know if we're talking about Kyrie today or not, but with Aaron Rodgers, it's like, I have a hard time believing all of that needed to be public knowledge, that you need to be on a golf course talking about, like staging questions so everybody know you disgruntled. Like, I just don't agree with the public aspect of it, but he's 100, why shouldn't he be in on picking wide receivers, at least having a vote when it gets to the table, who we re-signing, who we keeping, who we drafting, a quarterback that ain't going to sit there. It don't make sense, but it's my take.
With me, I honestly like the open honesty because he's getting it off his chest because, everybody's been sitting, he hasn't said much. You feel me? He's thrown little, subtle things when he was on ESPN a couple of times, and then, right before that little golf thing, he threw some little jabs out there. But for him to come and lay it all out to where now, as reporters, as us that do podcasting, like we know what was up. We not guessing, and I like it because we know why he wasn't.
No, let me be clear. Keeping it 100, and you out there like you getting asked direct questions, like I'm with that, but. He seems like a passive aggressive type, and it shouldn't have got to the point where it got to. And so I believe over the last 5 years, there was like that he had opportunities rather than I'm the king, come ask me what we're doing, to really like, just don't tell me I'm wrong when he strike you as a passive aggressive, my way or the highway, or I'm just going to check out like, you can miss me with that. I'm not.
I think, hold on, before you go back, I think his passive aggressiveness just comes from like when you become great at what you do. And, people was writing him off within them 5 years, right? Like, oh, A-Rod done fell off. Then he's come back with one good season, and then the next season, the MVP season. And the Packers have been to back-to-back NFC championship games. So I just feel like he's looking at it like, man, I'm Aaron Rodgers. You feel me? Like he said, people are coming to Green Bay to play with me, not necessarily, to play for whatever y'all got going on as an organization. And then you also got to factor in, Jay, the public part about it is the Packers are ran by the fans. You feel me? The fans have a piece of that pie. So it's like, when you said the golf course situation, the other minority owners of the situation ain't on that golf course hanging out. So it's like he came out to just let everybody else and put everybody on notice on what it's going to do. And, I just feel like it put the Packers now in a situation to where they're going to be looked at heavily until to make sure they got.
But why is it too much to ask to handle it like Tom Brady handled New England?
Because one person is Tom Brady with Giselle that's making a whole bunch of money, and the other person is Aaron Rodgers who broke up with Danica Patrick.
Touche.
Okay. All right, y'all. I get it. Is Aaron Rodgers right for doing how he went about doing it? You could say yeah, but here's my thing. If it was let's say a Cam Newton doing stuff like this, it wouldn't get the same reception that Aaron Rodgers is getting. And that's one thing that I do want to make note of. Like if Cam Newton was, let's say the shoe was on the other foot and Cam Newton said, I want to sit out X, Y, and Z and things like that, it would be a whole different narrative. It'd be on the player rather than the organization. So let's say that. So I will say Aaron Rodgers is privileged.
Can I make a quick substitute? Because Cam Newton, I think, might not be he's just not at the level of Aaron Rodgers.
I'm saying in general.
What about Russell Wilson? I like Russell Wilson.
I give you Russell Wilson. I'm not doing an equal comparison. I'm just telling you on stature of players. If it's the black quarterback, it's looked as the player. It has a problem rather than
connotation to it.
You get what I'm saying? But when it's a white quarterback, it's the organization. It's the problem. And so here's my thing. The way he went about doing it, if you're going to do all of this, then sit your butt out for the whole season. Then. Don't come back like I was contemplating retirement. I was doing X, Y, and Z. And then you're going to come back to you did all of this to come back. Like, if you really that mad, then sit out.
Yeah.
Because it don't seem like really a lot of big things are going to be changing to a degree, right? Some things are going to be changing. You may get some say so. You may get another receiver that you like. But here's my thing. I think that's a slap in the face for Davante Adams. That you've been doing all this harbling for a receiver that I haven't seen Cobbs do anything in a while. I'm going to just call it spade a spade.
I don't think he was hot.
No, he wanted Cobbs as a receiver.
Yeah, I mean, because he want to add to the core. I mean, him and Devontae to me are lock and step because Devontae basically came out and said, I support Aaron. And you feel me?
I get that, but here's my thing: the receiver core.
I'd be more mad at the other receivers than if I was Devontae.
No. I'm more mad because at the end of the day, it makes it look like we're not good enough. We just helped you win your MVP this season. What do you need another receiver for? You was one play away, damn near, for winning the NFC Championship.
Because he probably look at it as Cobb gets open and Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Okay, when last time, can I ask y'all honestly, when the last time you heard of Cobb?
I mean, when he was in Green Bay.
No, it's been a few years. But is it possible that it has -2 to do with Randall Cobb and had everything to do with, you're going to give me something. You're going to give me something. I don't care what it is, but you're going to give me something.
I think what it really boils down to is he felt disrespected because they drafted a quarterback.
Yeah.
Just the same. See, here's the thing. It's what goes around comes around. When you did it to Brett Favre.
He didn't do it, but it,
no, I get it. When it happened to Brett Favre, right? When it happened to Brett Favre, what makes you think it ain't going to happen to you? Okay? Like,
because I look at it, the Brett Favre had a decline look like versus Aaron Rodgers was steady. And Brett Favre, like, they were still trying to do things to help the Packers. Like, I don't know.
So I mean, I can't say that because the next year he took the Minnesota Vikings to the NFC Championship.
It was 3 years down the line. It wasn't next year. A-Rod did start the year 3 of his career. No,
but I'm saying, like, when they got rid of Favre, it was like he's washed. He took that team to the NFC Championship and was one game away from going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with that.
So my thing is, at the end of the day, if they did it for you, that means they can do it to you the same way. So if they can get somebody who's Brett Favre is Green Bay. He is Packers all day. That is his land. Anytime he go there, they know that's his spot. And if they did him like that, who's a Hall of Famer, all this stuff, bro, they're going to do the same thing to you.
Yeah, but not everybody accepts that, man. Especially when they're the king of the castle right now and you're just coming off an MVP. Let me tell you, you said it the other day. You quoted J. Cole. And it's like, this is about his ego. This is about his pride. That's what this is. This ain't nothing about nothing else. Giannis put it out there. Giannis said what you did in the past, what you did in the future. And Aaron Rodgers, when stuff started going sideways, I could tell he was hurt because Jordy went to the Raiders and he had bitter beer face for half a season.
They fired his quarterback coach.
Yes, he had bitter beer face for half a season. And it's like, and then Jordan Love was crossing the line, and he's got the memory of an elephant. And he was just like, all right, this is, to be honest, Jordan Love was worth it. I'd ask the question is, would Aaron Rodgers have won the MVP if Jordan Love wasn't drafted? Because I'm talking about that fire, that resentment. Oh, I'm going to show you. Then when I get you by the balls and I get this MVP, now I ain't forgot, and I'm just putting you on blast. Like that, I know that's what it was.
I get all that, but Aaron Rodgers, like, again, they was I believe Green Bay was a 2 or 3 in the running game. So they was more balanced. It wasn't just all on A-Rod's shoulders. And I understand if you're the top guy and you want to do things your way, but you can't be mad at the coach, because I think he still don't like the coach. I think he don't like the organization. But if the coach has been giving y'all opportunities to win, now he don't believe in you because he didn't. He went, not giving you a chance to win the game. I understand that, but I just think they like, look, we're gonna keep Rodgers for a little bit till we get Love to where we want to be, and then we're gonna get him out of here. I really feel like that. I think they're gonna get him out of there, and he's gonna be on a new team.
They are. It's a matter of time. But how can you be like? I only incriminate somebody for what they do and how they act and how they respond. But when he's watching Tom Brady go from not getting anything he wanted till he went to Tampa, got all the Christmas gifts, got them all. And he's over here with his ego and his pride saying, I want some of that too. Like, this ain't no surprise. This is what I expected.
So you telling me you don't think Tom Brady has some say in New England?
No, I know he does. Well, no. Yeah. Oh, no, in New England, like, it was limited. And then it was a lot of, we're going to listen to you. We're going to patronize you, but we ain't.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he was responsible probably getting some of them, Randy Moss. He was responsible for getting a lot of them.
We're talking about 10 years ago?
Yeah, man.
I'm just saying.
Look at the wide receiver. The wide receiver for the Patriots had the last 3 years was trash.
Yeah, and not only that, you just have to look at what Tampa did to understand what Tom was asking for in New England. Like, they went all the way down. They got the 10th gift on the list.
Because you got to think about it. You got a team that's won 5 chips, so they have a system, all right? And if they won chips without the big name players, then their mindset is what we're doing here works. And then you go to a team that ain't won a chip since 2001, and they ain't been winning, and they being on the verge of possibly so. You want to give them the kitchen sink. Come on now.
But it's not an organization. It's a one person. It's a Bill Belichick says, I'm thinking about life after Tom Brady. And in Tampa says, we're going to think about only Tom Brady just to entice you to come.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's fine. It worked out for him this year.
Green Bay, life after Rodgers.
But that's why Aaron Rodgers said, like I said, I still disagree. I feel like he's cool with the coach. I feel like him and the coach ain't the issue. I think it's really the organization, the GM, Burkakis, however you say that man's name. I don't want to disrespect the man, but I guess always.
Oh, Gutekunst.
Gutekunst. There we go. Yeah. Shout out to Gutekunst. Yeah. So I think his issues with the GM, and I think it's Mark Murphy, right? I think that's the quote unquote. Yeah. I think his issues is there. Because he said it on one of them Sports Center things where he was like, I love the players. I get along with the coaches. I love the fans. I love what Green Bay embodies. But ownership and the people making decisions have been very disrespectful. And I think he probably looks at what they did to Brett Favre as disrespectful. He just the one that benefited from it. And he was hoping that because he said it. He wants the organization to learn from mistakes that they have made in the past. And if you really listen to that, maybe he not necessarily saying he's the mistake, but doing stuff like that is drafting a quarterback in the first round or whatever the case is. Because if we think where the messenger loses the value though is like, because he's complaining about it or he's talking about it when it directly benefits him. Yeah. Like he wasn't saying that. He wouldn't be saying that if it was 10 years ago, when it was at a time where it was like, oh yeah, we got to let him go. Like we got to clear up this space. We got to, it's benefiting him
So that's why he's saying it now. And it's
Hey, Jay, but we got to also remember that drive, he wasn't even supposed to fall to the Packers.
Yeah.
See, Jordan Love was one of those on the cusp, could be a first round, could be a second round guy. Aaron Rodgers could have went number one instead of Alex Smith, and then everybody passed on him, including the dumb Raiders, but that's a whole nother conversation. And he fell to the Packers. So when you get a guy who's supposed to be the number one pick fall to you in that situation, to me, that's hard to pass up on versus a Jordan Love to where it was so much.
So that's where the Packers is at fault because, dump or get off the pot. They should have, when they pulled the Jordan Love, get ready to pull the trigger because you already committed to it. Don't half step.
They did. They pulled the trigger and they committed to Jordan Love.
No, pull the trigger. You pulled the trigger to acquire Jordan Love.
What they did?
Got gun shy and didn't pull the trigger to trade an MVP Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. I think they probably was going to trade him, but it was not that it was going to give them the best bang for their buck at the end of the day, man. It's a business.
Rip the Band-Aid off. With
the bang for the buck, nobody was giving them some good stuff that they wanted. So it's like, bro, we want to get something in return if we're going to trade for this or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, we're going to see. Like they say, we gonna see. You know what I'm saying? I got enemies, got a lot of enemies, and Rodgers probably gonna have a lot of enemies up in that GM and them CEOs. They're gonna be looking because we gonna see. At the end of the day, let's move into the topic at hand. We get into the divisions, and since we're talking about A-Rod, let's focus on the NFC North. We got the Green Bay Packers, the Minnesota Vikings, Chicago Bears, and last but not least, the Detroit Lions. How do you feel this division is going to pan out? Who's going to be the face of this division? And who making the playoffs and who's still going to be struggling?
Detroit's going to struggle.
Cross them off. They're done.
Yeah. I got Detroit at 4-13.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 5-12 if I want to be nice.
No, 4-13 sounds about right.
Yeah, so Detroit's going to struggle. I mean, I don't feel that them getting golf is where, like, it's not that I really don't believe in golf. It's just still the surrounding parts. I mean, they lost Galladay. You feel me? Their defense is already ass. A new coaching staff. I'm not a big believer in Dave Campbell because he wanted eat your heart or whatever the weird stuff he was saying at his press conference. I just don't feel like this 2021. In 1997, you can sell that story how he sold. I'm just not feeling that. So that's why I feel like Detroit is the bottom of the barrel. Minnesota's tricky. I don't know how y'all, I feel like Minnesota's tricky because when you got Jefferson, who's an animal.
Beast.
Animal. He's one of those different. And Thielen is nice too. But Kirk Cousins. It's Kirk Cousins, bro. Like, he don't win the games he's supposed to win. I don't know. It's just weird. And so I got them at 7-10.
The Vikings?
The Vikings?
7-10.
Okay.
7-10.
I see opportunity here. Go ahead.
And then
keep going with it.
The Bears. I'm curious to see how long Andy Dalton gonna be the starter.
That is the question.
Curious to see how long he's gonna be the starter. I feel that he's gonna hold down the fort for a little while, and Justin Fields to take over injury per se. I don't want to wish no injury on Andy, but I feel like because Andy's not gonna lose games. And the Bears defense is good enough to where they're going to maintain. So I got the Bears fighting for a spot. So I got the Bears at 10-7 because they right there fighting.
Bake over there getting juicy.
They're right there fighting.
They
can go 10-7, 9-8, right in that area. Just again like a subpar team. You feel me? Like they ain't too high, they ain't too low. I just feel like Dalton ain't gonna lose games. And then I got the Packers, the cream of that crop. A-Rod's going to do what A-Rod does. They'll be back to winning that division. And I got the Packers at 12-5.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
What about you, Hot take. What you got going?
Let me make it short and sweet. I got the Lions at 4 wins also. I got the Bears 7 wins.
7.
Yeah. I give the Packers I'm gonna give the Packers 10 wins, even though I really want to give them 9. I'm gonna give them 10 wins.
Yeah.
And then I'll give the Vikings 11 wins to win
11
to win the division.
To win the division. Oh, you must really like them purple people eaters.
Not normally, but this year, yeah, I do. Hot takes,
great.
man. Hot takes. That's what we do.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, that is what we do. I will agree with the Detroit Lions. I think Goff is about to be off in Detroit. It's about to be bad. Them Lions ain't even gonna be Lions. I don't even know what was Simba. Was he a cub? Was he a baby cub? What was he? I don't even know. They ain't even gonna get to have a Mufasa over there at all. It's gonna be struggling in Lions. I'm giving the Lions 2 games this year. I'm giving them 2.
I wanted to say 3, but I'm not gonna renege on my.
I'm giving them 2 games. They got the 6th hardest schedule in the NFL. I'm giving them 2. I'm giving them 2 games that they squeeze out and they win.
They get to play y'all again, so
that ain't gonna be one of them wins. I'll tell you that. Third, I think coming in third would be the Chicago Bears. I think Andy Dalton, he didn't get it done in Dallas, and he damn sure ain't gonna get it done in Chicago. I'm just calling a spade a spade. I think Fields will be playing about mid-season because they're gonna realize, look, we ain't winning no games. The defense is gonna do what the defense is gonna do every year, play their butts off and still lose. That's just what it is. If the defense don't win them games, they're not winning them games on offense because Dalton is gonna have to produce. And though he can make some throws, Dalton in crunch time, he ain't the guy. I'm just calling a spade a spade. So Justin Fields, I think he's going to come out and he's going to be do okay. He'll be decent, but he's still a rookie, and the game is much faster for him. And so
it'll be too late. It'll be too late. He might get a couple.
It'll be too late. So I'm giving the Bears. I'm giving them a 7 and 8. What is it? 7 and 9. 7 and 9.
Yeah.
Or is it 17 games?
7 and 10.
7 to 10. No, I'm gonna go. Since it's 17 games, I'm gonna go 8 and 9. 8 and 9. They're gonna go 8 and 9 this year. In my opinion, that's what I'm going with. 8 and 9. It's gonna be a lot of games, but the quarterback play is gonna be the reason why they lose a lot of games. Now here is where I got the meat and potatoes. The division is out of these 2 teams. It don't matter if you don't believe in Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins can still produce with the weapons that he's got. He's gonna have my man Dalvin Cook, my man Thielen, my man Jefferson. He's gonna have the weapons now, even more weapons on offense, and they have an amazing tight end over there, and their defense is solid. All they got to do is got to keep my man Cook healthy. He's the meat and potatoes at the end of the day. If they can establish that running game, they take a lot of pressure off Kirk Cousins and make him just throw basic, simple throws, and he can throw the deep ball here and there. But the game is going to be won, and Minnesota is going to do well based off how well Dalvin Cook health is. So I'm giving them 10 wins. I'm giving them 10 and 7. I think A-Rod and them will still win the division because they still got some people coming back. I think the Cobb will help a little bit. I still don't know what he's going to do. It's been 2 years since I heard his name. But I think Aaron Rodgers is going to use him. He's going to utilize him. And so I give A-Rod and them I give them 12 and 5. 12 and 5 this year. I'm going to go 12 and 5. They win a division. It's going to be close, though. It's going to be very, very close when it comes to who's going to be the head guy. I just think the Packers are still the solid team right now. They have a great running game. They have a great passing game. And the defense do just enough to win games for them. And so when you got A-Rod on that team, man, they're going to put up at least 20, 30 points. So
I just want to,
going to be interesting.
Bring my football prowess into this situation. So Andy Dalton was a playoff, took the Bengals to the playoffs damn near every year. Had them in there, contending. Did they win those playoff games? Nah. You got to think about it. It was a little bit of that run game, and it was Andy Dalton and A.J. Green. Andy Dalton also now has a Allen Robinson, who's comparable to what AJ Green was in his heyday. And Andy Dalton also has a defense, to me, who's comparable and better than what Cincinnati was putting out there. So as long as he don't lose games, he's going to be in games. So
let me ask you this. Andy Dalton had probably 4 of the top receivers that's playing in the NFL right now. Some elite receivers.
Who? When?
What do you mean, for the Cowboys?
Yeah, remember he got hurt, though. He missed the whole 2 games. And they had to play with Benabucci.
How many games did he play, though?
I don't know. 7?
How many games did he win?
2 or 3. You gonna blame all that on Andy Dalton when the Cowboys beat?
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, look at the scoring. Look at the scoring. That's what I'm talking about. Look at what he was doing offensively.
You asking a guy who went to Dallas to be the backup, right? To go be the backup.
I don't want to hear that.
Now he's in Chicago as the man. Your mindset different.
Hold on. What did my man?
Did he do enough to get paid?
What? That's not what I'm saying.
But he did enough to go get a new job. Because if he was trash, right, Jay? If he was trash, would the Bears have gave the man the money to bring him in to be their starter?
If they knew they was getting Justin Fields, they wouldn't have thrown that cheese at Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
Andy Dalton was insurance on a 1-year, $9 million deal.
Yes.
And so here's the process of elimination, right? Here's what it really is. I think Minnesota's going to be solid. Obviously, I got them winning the division. Green Bay should get to about 10 wins. But then you got damn near the entire NFC West competing for the playoff spot. And then the NFC East gets 1. So just process of elimination, that's too many teams. So unless you tell me the Bears have a top 5 defense in the NFL, which they could, just based off of their history and their track record. But I think that in the end, he's not special. He's just a guy. And that's not good enough with the depth of teams in the NFC. So
that's why I said
they asked out.
That's why I said them winning 10 games to me don't mean they're in. That just means they're competing. Yeah. They right there.
Like I said, I got them winning 8 games this year. I think
7.
they win. I think they win 8. I'm not giving them 10. I refuse to give them 10. I think Andy Dalton will play probably maybe 6-7 games before they start being like, look, we need to try the rookie. It's looking rough right now for us. So we might as well
the Bears was 5-1 at one point last season
and what happened?
And then they fell off the wheels.
What happened?
But then they rewrited the ship and got right back into the playoffs. Was they not a playoff team last year?
No, they ain't going to playoffs.
Yes, they did. They was in the playoffs. The Saints beat them in the first round. Come on, man. I'm here. I'm here, Jay. Tell him. Let him know. Let him know.
I also question the coaching staff and the player personnel. It's like if you had the gumption to stick with Trubisky that long, it makes me question your acumen. Even though what's his name? Come off like a smart guy too.
They did have Trubisky.
Yeah. What's the visor wearing dude?
The bald dude that wears a visor, which is
Nagy.
Yeah, Matt Nagy.
Yeah. No, he struck me as a smart guy.
What did they do last year? They went 8-8
and made the playoffs.
8-8
and made the playoffs.
Okay,
you saying it like they took it versus they was giving
playoffs.
Okay.
Did they take it or was they giving it?
Listen,
all right, bro.
The Bears can't fault that everybody else couldn't do their part.
No, I understand that, but you the only way they got in there is because everybody else was dog dude.
So listen, 8-8, right? And to me, Andy Dalton is better than Trubisky. All I'm giving him is 2 more wins. I'm not saying
maybe, but you got to me, and we'll get into this. But I got those spots spoken for. So Panthers, big things out of Panthers and the Cardinals. We'll
figure it out. I don't think the Bears
get there.
Winning. Like I said, the Bears not winning more than 8 games this year.
Now, you told me if you told me Justin Fields was starting week 1, then I might have a different take. But
Nah, I wouldn't even with Justin Fields. He's not ready yet.
Started week 1, I gave him 6 wins.
Yeah, I probably would have gave him 7. I'm not gonna hold Justin Fields. I love him. He's just not there yet. His process and the way to read the floor is not there yet. You could just see when he play against high level competition, we do struggle at times. And I think playing against Alabama really hurt him. That hurt him. That game hurt him bad. That was a game to show out. You're playing against some elite defenders. You're playing against an elite defensive team, and you got routed, and you looked horrible. And so it's just one of those things, man. You know, you got to produce. You got to perform. And you got outplayed by Mac Jones. Mac Jones was the guy that day, and he looked super duper good. And we'll get into that as we go into the next division next week. But anyway, man, before we get about here, we'll find a word.
Jay, 2 things. Deshaun Watson, how do you feel about him coming to camp and that stuff? And then the other thing about the NFL mandate / non-mandate with this whole COVID vaccination thing.
So I believe so as much as I go into every situation wanting to root for the player and the individual, but most often I end up coming out on the conglomerate, the corporate side, and the NFL has the right to protect themselves, man. They got a right to implement whatever policy, and you can't have it on one end with concussions and the liabilities that they accrued, and then they try to be proactive. And I don't want no part of this COVID thing going on and handing out money to people who are making lawsuits and claims. No, they got the right to do it. Hopkins, you don't want it, turn down your check. And then the second one, Deshaun Watson, actually, I'm actually proud of him in the sense that he was stubborn in the beginning with not wanting to pay. I'm not going to get into all the stuff y'all topic. You guys killed that last year, but for him to be a grown man, come to camp, play the role, and just kind of get through it. And I don't know if he's settling, that's his business, but it shows some maturity to be coming to camp without it, with all the drama around it. So,
what? That just brought my thought to my head. Comparable guys, Deshaun Watson, the face of his team. He's the guy, does a lot for that organ, never had no issues. But all of a sudden, when he talking about getting traded, what they do? Rape allegations after rape allegations after rape allegations. Drug his name down to the core to make him look like the bad guy. And he still showed up. Then you got Aaron Rodgers, who I'm not saying his point is not legitimate. And he sits out. I'm done with them. They disrespectful. Woo, woo, woo. And then it's the team fault. You don't find nothing on Aaron. It's just, it's the Packers. The Packers need to. You get what I'm saying now? Do you get what I'm getting at?
I hear you, but it's just like with anything. The stature of the player and the accomplishments going to change everything. Because A-Rod, A, MVPs, B, Super Bowl winner, and has always kept the Packers afloat and has always won.
What does John Watson do for the Texans?
He's won games and he's went home.
But he get them to the play. What are you talking about? I'm talking about he has winning seasons.
Yeah, I said that. He's won games and he's been sent home. Like, to me, only thing that we can compare A-Rod to currently as far as the African American
I can't believe you said that. Can't believe you said that.
Either Russ or Pat Mahomes. Only 2 comparables.
That's
because
crazy.
of what they have accomplished and the stature of what they're going to accomplish. They don't view Deshaun Watson is viewed as a top quarterback, but because he ain't won nothing, you get to sit at that table.
I'm very race sensitive, and I just don't like to cry wolf when it ain't crying wolf. And with Deshaun Watson, I feel like he has to be on his best behavior, whether it's warranted or not. I don't think he's got to defend anything just from my understanding of what transpired. But right now, he's got to put his best foot forward. And I think the dynamics are a little bit different.
No, I do.
There is a double standard. The way somebody gets pounded online.
When he said, nobody heard about no allegations until Watson said he wanted out of the Texans.
Yeah.
It was no allegations whatsoever. We was talking about Watson as the golden child, the golden man for the Texans. Couldn't do no wrong. Get that man some help. All of a sudden, he said he want out. Boom. 30 damn people saying they raped him. Come on now. And he's still playing NFL. So if he really did that, why is he on the NFL team?
Yeah, right? But you can't put all that on the Texans. Like maybe they.
No, I'm not putting it on the Texans. I'm not putting it on the Texans. What I'm putting it on is the narrative that they create for different people. That's all I'm saying.
It is.
One
Chauncey
person
Billups
can do whatever they want to do. The other person, you gotta ride on a slippery slope. You always got to be I can't say this, or if I say this, that's what I'm getting at. I'm not saying that the Texans. I'm getting at the bigger picture here.
No facts. The bigger picture, you are absolutely correct. I'm just looking at it in the aspect of why he can't be that. Because of that, you feel me? They go every time with players, as we talk about LeBron, the Giannis's, no matter what, your stature and when you win, you get the same kind of passes that others wouldn't get, and you get to put yourself in certain lanes. You get to have a certain bravado. So as great as Deshaun Watson has been as just a purist as a quarterback and done with the Texans, if he was a Super Bowl, like for example, Deshaun Watson had won a Super Bowl and he won it out, ain't no allegations about to be coming out because they're gonna be trying to.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Like A-Rod.
I doubt it. I think we'll talk about that. We could talk about that for another day because we go on and on. But I truly believe that at the end of the day, when it comes to a certain person, a certain ethnicity, if they want to change that narrative, they will change that narrative. Trust and believe. They got a way of doing it to LeBron.
But what reason?
They got a way of doing it to Jordan. Anybody. It don't matter who you is.
You are right. But overall stature does come into play, and I think that's what Reasons is saying too. There is a certain level, like, LeBron is so big that he wouldn't be dealing with certain things where people are questioning. But if he questions the organization, nobody's gonna look at LeBron and say he's wrong, because it's like this is LeBron talking.
They won't look at him at what he's wrong, but they'll find something out that he did, and then they will.
Time out. Well,
that's what I'm saying.
LeBron is different because he gets criticized for
he get criticized for anything. LeBron ain't even talked about, and they bring his name up, so we know that. At the end of the day, we could talk about that for another day, but let us know what y'all think about the Aaron Rodgers thing, man. Do y'all think that he had a point, that he's right? Let us know who you think is going to win the NFC North Division. And then let us know about the NFL and all these mandates. Do they have a right to do what they're doing, man? Let us know in the comments below. Always keep it locked in. Yeah, you see it.
I said I don't have to say my name no more.
Yeah. Anyway, man, y'all remember to stay safe, stay blessed, and to talk that talk. We will see y'all next Tuesday. We got a lot to talk about for hoops. Peace.